Good morning, day 322, cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. Well, today is voting day. I hope you're all going to get out there and vote, make some improvements. Today it's going to be 56 degrees for a high. Then it's going to go up into the low 60s again until Friday. That's going to really be the last nice day. And then it's supposed to rain. And then the following week, it's going to be going down into the 30s and the 20s at night. So I'm thinking Indian summer is over, but I'm very, very thankful that we had the Indian summer, because it allowed me to do more things outside because I'm so slow. So I'm not going to be eating breakfast here today because my best friend and I are going to go vote together, and then we're going to go and have some breakfast. So that should be fun. And then I'm going to come home and organize something. I cooked those grounds yesterday, so I'll make something with those for dinner. And I still have lots of salad fixings and things, so. But before the end of the week, I am going to have to get out into the garden and pick all those little bok choy, because I think I saw snow one day. Ugh. Well, we knew it was coming sooner or later. And it is later, at least for around here. So what are you thankful for today? I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful that I can go out and vote and make my voice heard. I'm thankful for my coffee. That's a very simple thing to be thankful for. I'm thankful, of course, for my family and friends and my pets. So many things to be thankful for. And it's nice if you keep a gratitude journal. I think I'm going to start one of those again. I've had them before. And especially if I do those in the morning, it sort of focuses my day on different things rather than, oh, my big to-do list, and, you know. It starts the day off on a more peaceful note instead of a note of anxiety, because it's like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Now, I'm not by nature an anxious person, but even I have things that trigger anxiety. I mean, we're all just human, and that's different for everybody. So let us know below what you're thankful for. All right, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and we'll take a look in the fridge in a little bit. And we'll see what's still in there, even though I'm not eating breakfast today, because I have something very exciting to show you in the fridge. All right, I'll be back shortly. All right, let's look at my exciting thing in the refrigerator this morning. Okay, well, I still have my leftover grounds. This is like a taco seasoning. I made quesadillas with that yesterday. This is just general salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. So I'm going to make a pasta dish with that. I could also use just half and make a rice dish of some sort, but I don't know, we'll see. So that's what I'm making for dinner. And then I still have romaine, and some coleslaw and parsley, and so I could make a mixed salad to go along with that. But here we go, drum roll. Let me show you what I'm so excited about. My daughter's chickens are laying eggs. Not these two, I had them. But they're so little tiny eggs, and blue ones and pink ones, brown ones, tan ones. So my daughter came over last night and brought me 6 very fresh eggs. So I was so excited that we're all excited. It's like awaiting the birth of, well, not really, but you get my idea here. So yes, I have 6 more eggs, and they're very fresh. So I'll be eating those, but this is really tiny. This one's really tiny. Let's see if I can get it out. It's just a very small little egg. It's so cute. So anyway, I don't want to gross out the vegans, if there are any, but I'm vegetarian, so I do eat eggs. So that's going to be what's for eating today. I'm not eating my eggs yet, but dinner. So I'll just eat something when I'm out. And I did stop at my mom's yesterday, and I got a couple things there too. So I will meet you at the stove and show you what I got from my mom. Okay, so I gave my mom half of the box of, well, she didn't really want half the avocados because some of them are pretty soft. I'm going to freeze them. But I gave her half of the little grape tomatoes, and then she took half of the regular tomatoes. But I'm going to cook these down. I may save 1 or 2. I still have a couple garden potatoes, but she gave me all these little cuties. So there's 2, 4, 6, 7 little cuties, and because I only have apples left. I did not buy fruit. I have frozen fruit. So fruit was not on my list of things that I wanted or needed. So when I get back, I'm going to process these avocados, and I'm also going to cook the tomatoes so that I can eat those with my grounds later on this evening. So, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Get out there and vote. It's one of our biggest rights. So, and that's one thing I'm thankful for, that I live in the country that I live in, and get out there and be patriotic and do your voting. All right, well, I'll be back in a little bit, and I'll probably be doing some organizing or some cooking. It depends on how long I'm gone. All right, see you in a little bit. Time for some tea. Cheers. Oh, and it is Tea Tuesday, so happy Tea Tuesday, everybody. So today, first of all, breakfast was good. It was fine. I brought half of it home, so that'll be my breakfast for tomorrow. So I think each day, the bill came to like $12 and something, because of course I had coffee too. But I mean, I could have made it much cheaper at home. I had an omelet, like a stuffed omelet. But each meal, if you divide it in 2, would come to about $6, which, like I said, for what I had, I could make it much cheaper at home. But it was nice to spend some time with my friend. Voting went very well. We were in and out of there in 10 minutes. Lots of people, lots of seniors. So we'll see what happens now. So I need to do something with these avocados. I processed them, and a lot of them were already very, very ripe and already starting to turn a little brown. But apparently you can eat brown avocados. So, but what I want to do, this was all from the brown avocados. It's not very appetizing for like guacamole or anything like that. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to pick a recipe that had chocolate in it because they're already brown. So this recipe calls for, and I got it on, where did I get it? I don't know, but there's several sites out there if you Google avocado pudding. They're kind of all the same. So it says 2 large avocados. So I'm going to take what I think is 2 large avocados. Okay, and I still have plenty. You can bake with this. I have a recipe too for avocado bread. So I guess you can use it like you would a banana, and there's lots of recipes out there for avocado bananas. I was going to throw all this out, and then I thought, well, what else could I do with it? So there's avocado brownies, there's avocado, like I said, bread, there's avocado ice cream, there's avocado fudge. So I may make some of those things with the rest of these. So this calls also for half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. So I have this Hershey's cocoa, and I don't like anything super, super chocolatey. So I'm going to put a few tablespoons of this. And then I also have this Hershey's spread I'm going to stick in there because I want to get rid of that too. So I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of the cocoa powder, a little less than 1/4 of a cup. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have no idea. We're learning together. Learning to use up what we have. It calls for a pinch of cinnamon. So we'll put some cinnamon in. It depends on how much you like cinnamon. Okay. And then it also calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Alright, so I'm going to put in a couple teaspoons of vanilla. And another thing I'm going to put in is some of this s'mores syrup, because I think that would be good in chocolate pudding. So I'm going to put in, a couple of teaspoons of that. And let's see, what else? Oh, it calls for half a cup of brown sugar. Well, my brown sugar is hard as a rock, so I need to put a piece of bread or something in there. So I want to use this up, this erythritol, and this is not real sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and put in what the recipe calls for, which is half a cup. Because I do want to get rid of that. I like my whole earth. I wanted to try this, but I do like my whole earth. Maybe I'll put a little less because I really don't know how sweet this is going to be. I like the whole earth stevia and monk fruit. So I'll put in like 1/3 of a cup maybe, and I can always add more. And then I'm going to put in some scoops of this and this is like a hazelnut spread, and it's getting old, so I need to use it up. So okay, now I'm going to blend this. This is not the best blender on earth, so I'll see if it'll do it. Anything else? Oh, a third of a cup of coconut milk. Well, I don't have coconut milk. I have almond milk. So I'm going to add that. And we'll put in a third of a cup. Maybe a little bit more, since I added that. All right. Well, this will either be good or it'll be mediocre or terrible. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and blend this up and give it a taste. And then this needs to go in the refrigerator for a half an hour. And I'm going to try and freeze a little bit of this too. See how that goes. Alright, I'll be back in a minute because this is really loud. Ooh, that looks really good. I'll bet this would be good with some peanut butter in it too. You could probably do different flavors. So let me give this a taste. And see if it needs anything else. That is really good. That's delicious. Wow. I'm excited about that. So if you have an avocado that's going brown, give this a try. Here's the recipe. Oh, this is from All Recipes. So here's the recipe if you want to try it. Or go on All Recipes. That is really, really good. The third of a cup of sugar, well, the erythritol is just right. Don't need any more. And it turned out real good with this in it and with this. So it's a winner. And I'm going to put this in the fridge. And maybe I'll have some pudding later for dessert. That is really, really good. It tastes like regular pudding. Very creamy. Okay, I'm going to try and make some avocado walnut bread. I found a recipe for that too. And so I'm going to clean this up and then I'll be back. Alright, so in here I already measured everything out. And I'm using two different recipes. The recipes are pretty much the same. The only difference that I could see was one called for half a cup of buttermilk, and the other one called for half a cup of half and half and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Well, I don't have either one of those, so I just have some almond milk, and I added a teaspoon of lemon juice to that. If you don't have buttermilk, it can substitute. So in here I have, now I've never made this before, so it might be good. It looked good in the picture. So in here I have, here, let me give you the recipe. There you go. And this one is from food.com. And then this one is Food Network, so you could Google those if you wanted to. Alright, so in here I have 2 cups of flour. I use the erythritol again, but I did cut back on it. It calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I used like a quarter, and then like a little shy of half a cup. Let's put it that way. I don't like things real sweet, so I think that'll be fine for my taste buds. So, and then I have 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and that's it for the dry ingredients. Now I want to add raisins to mine because I have these raisins that are starting to dry up. So I want to use them. And then it also calls for a half a cup of chopped pecans. Well, I'm using walnuts. So, and to me they taste very similar. So okay, I'm just going to whisk together my dry ingredients so we don't have any baking soda hanging out in a clump, because that's gross. Now I'm going to add my raisins to this because from what I hear, if you coat your blueberries or raisins or whatever, it'll keep them from floating to the bottom. So I'm going to add about, a third of a cup of raisins. I like raisins. If you don't like raisins, don't put them in. I know a lot of people don't like raisins, but I like them a lot. I like them in salads. I like them, just to eat. So, okay, those are in there. And now I'm going to add my wet ingredients. Now it calls for 1 mashed avocado. So I kind of have to guess about that. So I'm going to say, and I'm still going to have a lot of brown avocados left. So I'm going to say about 2 very heaping tablespoons. I don't want to put too much because I don't want my bread to be, tacky. So there's that. And then it calls for 1 egg. And this is not one of my daughter's chicken's eggs. This is one of the eggs I had left over. So that, and then it calls for the half a cup of buttermilk or cream. But like I said, I have almond milk in here with 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. So I'm going to add that. And let me just double check. And that's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Oh, and then I'm going to add the walnuts too. Now I'm going to mix this first and then I'll add the walnuts. Oh, I gotta reach. Sorry about that. Hello. All right. Let's get this mashed up or mixed up. Now it says to preheat your oven to 375 and you're going to use a greased 9x5 inch loaf pan. Well, I'm using my little toaster oven, so I really don't have to preheat that. I don't know. Do you guys preheat your toaster oven if you use it? Well, this is very thick. It's very, very thick. And I imagine this is probably going to be a little bit green. Now I think you can add chocolate to it if you wanted a chocolate version, and you could add chocolate chips. But since I've never made this before, I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. And I think I might freeze this to use in other baking recipes. I still have a recipe for Irish cream fudge that I thought sounded really good. I'm going to go ahead and add the walnuts. And I think I'll just sprinkle those on top since I have the raisins in there. And then also, there's recipes out there for brownies. That sounded pretty good. I think I made avocado brownies before. And a long time ago, I made avocado ice cream, but I don't remember what I did. That was way before YouTube. And it was really good. I wish I could remember how I made it. But I was surprised about how good it was. Alright, I don't want to over mix it. Most quick breads are kind of, you don't want to over mix them, but you want to make sure that you get all the flour from the bottom, because you don't really want to develop a lot of gluten in these quick breads. It'll be too chewy. Alright, now like I said, it's very, very thick. So I'm going to go ahead and grease up the pan and what else? Gotta make sure I got everything. Yeah, now this bakes 50 minutes to an hour. So at 375, you may want to tent it if it's getting too brown. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, here's what it looks like, and like I said, it's very thick. So, alright, I'm going to bake this. I'm going to check it in 50 minutes and see how it is. And then I think I'm going to take the rest of this. There's just a little tiny bit in here left. And I think I'm going to melt that in the microwave and use it as a glaze. I think that would be delicious. Alright, well, I'll be back when this is done. I'm going to go ahead and freeze this because even if the bread doesn't turn out, the chocolate pudding is so good, I will make it again. Alright. So my bread is baking. I almost threw all that away because it was all, brown and ugly looking. But you can use the avocado as a face mask. You can use it as a hair mask. You can use it on your feet. You could put it in a smoothie if you made like a chocolate smoothie or something like that. So I'm glad I didn't throw this away. I mean, the chocolate pudding itself was worth keeping it. So if you have brown avocados, look online. That's where I got all the ideas. And I'm going to go ahead and freeze this now. And then maybe for the holidays, I'll try making the avocado Irish cream fudge. That sounds really good. So, okay, I'm going to go relax a little bit while my bread is baking. And then a little later, we'll check it out and see if it's any good. I don't know. Might be good, might be terrible. Alright, I'll be back later. The avocado bread turned out pretty good. I would recommend putting all the sugar in. It's not very sweet, but it tastes great if you put like peanut butter and jelly on it or something like that. But the texture of it is very good, and I think I'm going to enjoy this loaf. So it's a good way to use up brown avocados because obviously it's brown. So I'm cooking dinner. And tonight for dinner, I have the grounds that I cooked yesterday. And in here I have some tomatoes and like a quarter stick of this. I have vegan butter, but use whatever butter you have. And I put a good teaspoon of garlic, chopped garlic in there. And I'm going to add this fresh parsley, and I'm just going to make some tomatoes with noodles. I'm going to make it with egg noodles. So I'm also going to add some Italian seasoning. Oh, about a teaspoon, I would say. Maybe a little more. Put in as much as you like, and then I'm also going to add some extra oregano. I mean, the Italian seasoning does have oregano in it, but I like oregano, so I'll do like half a teaspoon of that. And, well, let's see, what else do I have? I've got onion and garlic powder. Put some of that in, a good amount. And this is why my garlic and onion powder always clump up from the steam from the cooking. I'm going to add some garlic powder too, even though I already have garlic in there. So, and then I'm just going to cook egg noodles. Going to cook this until the tomatoes get soft. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. And then I have to cook some noodles yet. But that's going to be my dinner for tonight. So this only needs to cook for a few more minutes. Now, if you don't like the tomato peels, you can always peel it off the tomatoes if you don't like that. But I just cut them up the way they were. And then I'm probably going to, once this is all done, add some Parmesan cheese on top. So I'm going to let this cook another minute, and then I'm going to add the beef. I don't know if I'll add it all. I may just do half and save the other half for something else. I still have some for, I want to make some nachos later, not today, but maybe tomorrow. So, and then I might only do half and do something else. So I'm going to go ahead and add half of this. And I have a little bit left here. And this is already seasoned. I seasoned the grounds with salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. So okay, that looks pretty good. And now I'm just going to cook some egg noodles, and I'm going to put the noodles right in the sauce and top it off with some Parmesan cheese. Very quick meal. Well, today was a day of cooking, not cleaning. So I'm still working on my decluttering of food. So that was my declutter for the day. I'm just waiting for my pasta to finish, finishing up my tea. And I'm glad I didn't waste those avocados. And I used up a couple things, which always makes me happy. So I'm using up a lot of the food that I've had for a while that I thought that, oh, I should get this or I should get that. But you know how it is, that goes in your cupboard and then you don't eat it. So I'm trying to use up some of those foods along with my freezer and refrigerator meals. So those are more like pantry items. So I'll be back shortly here. The bread is good. I would make it again, but the pudding is really good. So I'm going to have some of that too. But I was surprised about how good that is. So I'll be back when this is done. Okay, my pasta is done. I'm going to add a little bit more butter to the pasta because I want this to be like a butter sauce, a tomato butter sauce. So I tried not to cook too much pasta, but this will probably still be enough for 2 meals. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm just going to let that butter melt a little bit. And I'm going to add my tomato, not beef mixture. And I'm putting all that in. So tomorrow I probably won't have to cook much of anything because I did most of it yesterday and today. So this is almost like a beefaroni kind of dish. It's not really spaghetti. I didn't want spaghetti. So okay, let's dish this up. Oh boy. What are you guys doing? Are you playing? You're having fun. Okay. All right. Let's dish some of this up. That looks really good to me. And I could have a salad with this, but honestly, I just don't feel like making one. So, okay, and I still have enough left for a small lunch. All right, now I have this from Aldi's, the vegan Parmesan. I'm going to sprinkle that on there. Give it another extra layer of flavor. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some freshly chopped parsley, because that's always good. So okay, here's my dinner for tonight. My pasta, my avocado pudding, and I can hardly wait to eat this because I'm hungry. All right, let me give it a quick taste here. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to eat my dinner now. And that's all I have for you today. So I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.